What's up, guys? So, I posted this photo on Instagram the other day and asked you guys to ask us some questions.
I posted this one. Thanks for all the questions, guys. Well, I start with my questions because it might be a little bit longer than yours.
Start with your questions.
So, we got one. Got an awesome. That's more of an answer, guys. Like that's, thanks for all the likes. Thanks for saying I'm awesome, but terrible question. So on to Matt's questions.
I got some questions. 25 comments.
I've read through some of these earlier.
I haven't actually looked at these comments yet. Firstly, I'd like to say my voice is still gone from New Year's, so I don't sound like a chain smoker normally. So, first question. What are your future goals for 2016, not only in the gym, but in school and our life? So I think both of us can answer this separately, so...
I'll answer for you,
Yeah. Okay, so, firstly, of course I want to keep going to the gym, improving my physique. At the moment, I'm cutting, so from January till May, I'll be cutting for body power. That's kind of the main event of my 2016 so far. I'm not planning on competing for 2016 as of right now. Just really looking forward to body power and taking my conditioning to the next level. Seeing where I can push myself in that regard. In school and our life, I'm going to be going back to college in the next couple of weeks and completing second year. Finishing my second semester and hopefully passing my exams. And life, my life is pretty much just like gym and school, so that's pretty much my answer to that. Do you want to take a stab at that one?
I have two shows coming up, so one is in April, which is the Memory Pro. I'm going to compete in that as a pro, so naturally my goal is to go out there and just smash that, hopefully place naturally first. Yes, I don't want to say it, but yeah, hopefully place first. We're gonna aim for that. That's really top of my list. Second. First is to become a WBFF pro. That, since I kind of learned about the whole fitness model and all that type of side of competing, that was my number one goal. So I'm going to compete in London at the end of May. So that's number one on my list this year. Have a good time as well, to be honest. Body power, all of us are going to be at it. We're going to have a sick time as well. Can't wait for that. Life-wise, recently started my online coaching. It's going really, really well. My clients are getting great results. So I really want to continue growing that and building that to a stage where it's my only job. I'm self-employed. That's the really life goal. School-wise, bit of a dropout. Massive decision for me, but I have to say I'm happy and it really paid off.
Yeah. Next question is very similar. Do you have a plan for the future, jobs you may want, or plans in the fitness industry? Plans for the future, I think I just kind of told you what my plans are for 2016 anyway. For the future beyond that is just to continue with my fitness, I suppose, and my health. And YouTube is a big thing. This year has been just really cool to start a YouTube channel and get all the positive responses. Fitness industry, I suppose I just want to throw myself into the deep end and just see how it turns out. And I really don't know where it's going to take me, but I'm excited about it. So
roughly the same, I suppose, as the first question. Like I said, just to kind of continue to grow in the fitness industry. I think is their main goal, really. Yeah.
Okay, this is a non-fitness related one. Random crazy story from a night out or party, etc.
I have a great one from New Year's.
I'll try to think of something while you're telling me.
I'm going to kick this off. My mate probably won't like me saying this, but we won't mention any names. But yeah, 2 nights ago, 2 nights? Yeah, 2 nights ago I was up in Dublin, and both of us had a little bit to drink. Copious amounts, really, to be honest. And so you
which you're so used to.
Yeah, of course, all year round. I think it was my 3rd time to drink all year. The other time was my 31st, and so you may have projectile vomited in the hotel reception. That was the start of it. The second part is even better. So the night porter felt really sorry for him. Could see he was quite drunk, and he's a big dude. So out comes the night porter with a wheelchair. I literally had to wheel my drunk friend down the corridor the whole way to his room and then somehow try to throw him on top of the bed. bear in mind this guy is like over 100 kgs of like solidness. So yeah, that's my brilliant story. Have you ever wheeled your mates in a wheelchair if too drunk? Let me know.
I don't think I have any crazy stories that can top that. Nothing that comes to mind, so nothing worth mentioning. Nothing that can top that anyway. So, okay, here's a good one. Any tips for getting sponsored by the likes of bulk powders and VQ Fit? Help a fellow Cork man out. Keep up the good work. Well, we're both associated with bulk powders, and I'm associated with VQ Fit and Muscle Monkey. So the best thing I can say about getting sponsored is don't be in it for the sponsorship, because you won't get it if that's all you want.
Don't be in just to get free stuff.
Yeah.
That's not what it's about. That's not what companies.
They're looking for people who are genuine and they just want to progress with their health and fitness and show people and help people. They don't want people who just look good in a t-shirt and just want free stuff, because a more genuine person will gather a following online, and that's a bigger return for the company themselves. So
it's kind of like a business agreement kind of.
It's very much a business thing.
Yeah.
But you have to be in it for the right reasons
and really put yourself out there.
You have to.
Don't be afraid to.
Exactly. A lot of people are putting up like photos on Instagram and then sending messages to companies saying like, I'd love to be part of your company, whatever. But show that you have something worth
offering,
partnering with, or worth
exactly.
offering,
you have to have something to offer.
Yeah.
It might be small to you, but to them it could be actually quite significant. Like Matt, I think your YouTube is a main focus for you, which is doing really, really well.
Yeah, basically I started my whole kind of fitness blogging on Instagram. And my goal starting Instagram was to start a YouTube one day, and I went ahead and did that. Straight away you started seeing a growth in my Instagram account because of my YouTube, and vice versa, excuse me. VQ saw me on YouTube, and to be honest that was pretty much the tipping point, and YouTube just did it for me. I can't say that's just going to be the same for everyone, but YouTube definitely helps.
Like for me it was the competing side of it.
Exactly.
I think that really kicked it off after I won Miami. That's when things I really started to push myself more as well, because I felt like I had something to offer then. Coming from Ireland, I think there's only like 2 of us with pro cards, actually Miami pro cards in the country, and one of them is a muscle model, and he's much older than me actually from Galway as well. I think possibly the only fitness model. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I would say so, yeah.
But yeah, it was just a huge thing for me, and I felt I had more confidence in that to actually go ahead and push myself then to companies, because I had this to offer. But it's not just that as well. You have to have
build yourself up, and companies will come to you. Why did you snob me today, despite me having an embarrassing hole in my sock? I know who this is. This is Lynn's sister. I saw you in the gym, but I didn't recognise you. I'd never seen you in person, so I only found out after when Lynn told me who you were, and by that point
you're just too cool. Sorry.
Yeah,
you're just too cool.
Yeah, that's the real answer. Oh, sorry about that. Hi. Ever consider doing powerlifting or weightlifting?
Not particularly. Weightlifting, I find it really interesting actually, because it is so difficult.
It's
it is
difficult.
really, really difficult. I have to say.
Yeah.
Like even the technique, the form, everything takes a long time. Powerlifting is really something that interests me.
You have strong lifts though.
Yeah, my lifts are strong, but it's not something I would consider competing in.
It'd be much the same as myself.
Massive respect for the guys that do it though. The weights are.
Yeah, I mean, I like lifting heavy, but it's for a different goal. I mean, same tools, different goal. That's kind of the way it is. But I don't think I'll compete in powerlifting. No. When you cut, how much cardio do you do?
Christ.
See, this is such a hot topic because everyone's body's going to be different, and everyone's approach to a prep is going to be different.
Yeah.
So, I mean, cardio is very handy for burning calories, because that's all you're basically doing. And when you're cutting, it's basically all about being in a deficit. So
yeah, basically, but like
cardio puts you into a deficit. So you were eating quite high calories and still doing a lot of cardio.
I was still eating. That's kind of the way I worked it. My carbs were still pretty high, even up to two weeks out.
Yeah.
What was it? 220, I think.
Yeah.
Around about that. I think 200 was actually the lowest kind of carbs. Maybe then 2 days out, carb up naturally, that sort of stuff. But cardio wise, from about 3 to 4 weeks out, I was doing a fasted session in the morning, about 20 to 30 minutes with literally layers. I mean, I had a vest, 2 t-shirts, jackets.
Get those extra calories down.
Really, like if you saw me after it, you would think I was sick. There was something wrong with me. Big red face, covered in sweat. And then I was doing my workout kind of midday and even doing a little bit of cardio after that, about 20 minutes again. If I had time in the evening, I would smash out another cardio session. Yeah. So I was doing a lot of cardio. But
it helps you keep your calories up a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what it was kind of making up for, was the amount of calories I was pretty much eating. Yeah. But that was all backloaded as well, so they're all close to workout.
For me personally, I wasn't competing for like a very high level of conditioning like Daire was, but to get to the conditioning that I was in, I wasn't doing like a major amount of cardio. For the entire prep, it was about 14 weeks, 15 weeks. I was doing 1 cardio session a week up until about, after 8 weeks I threw in another session. I never had a specific program between HIIT and LIS. I just chose what I wanted to do based on how I felt. And up towards the end then I was doing 3 times a week, 20 minutes, you know, fast paced uphill or steppers, or 10 to 15 minutes of HIIT cardio. So it's all personal preference, but the way I look at it is it's just a tool to get extra calories out, you know.
Extra shreds.
It's not vital. You can cut your calories lower and just not do cardio, or you can be one of those people who just have, you know, just
ridiculously lean all year round,
don't need to do cardio. Okay, with you starting a cut, how are you tapering off your carbs and calories? Example, 50 carbs or 100 calories a week. We're both starting a cut now, so do you want to start with that one?
My calories at the moment are really high, so up around 4,500, I believe. So my carbs are up around 350, 400 maybe. They will be very gradually tapered. Like I said, the lowest I'll go again is probably around the 200 mark. How I'll taper them yet, I'm not 100% sure. The last time, I think it was like, maybe 10, 20 a week, not even that.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, but that completely depends also on how I'm looking.
What kind of split do you prefer? Low frequency splits or high frequency splits?
They go high, I think. Yeah, most definitely. I like really, really high volume training. Like
high volume, high frequency.
Yeah, literally just going in there and leaving everything in the gym. I'm not a 5 sets, 5 reps type of trainer. It's just not how
you feel a lot more satisfaction from coming out of the gym, like kicking your own ass, rather than you know, going in and doing like 1 compound movement and 2 isolations and just leaving it at that.
Work with a lot of joint sets, drop sets. That's how I train. That's how training works for me as well. That's probably how I stay quite lean as well in my off season, relatively speaking.
You're burning calories, you know, heart rate's up, it's much better. How do you get rid of stubborn chest fat? Well, this is a very specific area to want to lose fat, but chest fat will come down with your entire body fat, so you can't target fat loss.
So you can't spot burn.
You can't spot burn fat. So if you want your stubborn chest fat to go, then you're going to have to like
use up everywhere.
You're going to have to do a cut. And,
is that a guy?
Yeah, it's a guy. Yeah.
Maybe try higher reps if you want it on your chest and really just smash your chest. Because I know chest was actually quite a weak area for me. I tend to get very like kind of chubby around my chest. Gotta say it straight out. Like I was quite fat when I was younger as well, and all of it was literally held around here, believe it or not. I believe it's to do with also hormone imbalances and all that stuff as well. But
like you said, doing more chest exercise is going to build the muscle in your chest, and that's going to make it appear less fat.
Less fatty. Yeah.
What's your recommendation for hard gainers when they can't eat more? I'm eating around 5,000 calories and I'm very active, and I've been doing a bulk for 9 months and I've only gained 2.5 pounds, but I can't gain more. I'm still the same weight for 3 months. I sleep 8 hours doing hypertrophy, push-pull legs, help basically. Without knowing your height and weight, all I can say is that your metabolism is crazy fast. And that you are like a staple hard gainer. It's going to be hard for you, but
to be honest, if you're up around 5,000 calories, you should be gaining.
Maybe
you really should.
Maybe your scales is broken.
I honestly don't know. Like
2.5 pounds. 5,000. Even if you're, no matter what your metabolism is, you'd be gaining fat with those calories. So.
No matter what, like you said, no matter what, how quick your
My
process is.
best guess here is that you're not counting your calories and you're assuming you're
It's
counting your
yeah.
5,000. Try downloading MyFitnessPal and actually logging what you eat, and you'll probably be surprised.
It also depends on if they're relatively, say, clean calories. It's very, very hard to get 5,000 clean calories.
can't.
That's what I'm trying to eat at the moment.
You can't.
And I need like 200 grams of rice, 300 grams of sweet potato, and 150 grams of oats, along with all the rest of my stuff. And even at that, I'm struggling, and I like my food. So they could be dirty calories. I don't know.
I mean, the general thing about hair gainers is that you are just going to have to eat more food. That's just the way it works. But when you say you're eating 5,000 calories, I feel like you're overestimating what you're taking in there. Advice for growing social media. Consistency and just be in people's faces all the time. Just put yourself out there as often as you can and in as many ways as you can.
I know I really concentrate on Instagram. Probably not a lot of fitness guys really concentrate on Instagram, but the majority of my actual business comes from Facebook, which is kind of weird. And Facebook doesn't grow for me that quickly at all, but it's certainly like a major outlet for business wise. Definitely.
So for growing social media, just put in the time into it.
Get a strategy going as
just
well.
Put in the time and think about the content that you're putting out. Try and put out the best content that you can.
Make it relatable as well.
Exactly.
And actually try to help people rather than just posting a selfie every now and again.
Yeah, offer something.
Exactly. Put up like I put up different workouts. I'll be a picture beside it, but there's definitely like more workouts there, and I kind of give you an idea of what I'm eating, how we're living. Kind of like for YouTube is a massive kind of way of showing that.
YouTube, the two big ones are YouTube and Instagram, really.
Definitely,
I'm guilty of not using Twitter or Facebook for my personal brand at the moment, but also you don't want to spread yourself too thin too early. I can build those up as I grow in the other two.
You'll see them; they'll coincide. They'll kind of a lot of your Facebook people will eventually come over to your Instagram. Your Instagram will come over, likewise YouTube.
And I know a lot of you guys who are watching this right now came from my Instagram, so that's just the way it works. You just throw yourself out there and you'll get it. When you started tracking your macros, did you already know what your daily calorie expenditure was, or did you get a nutritionist or personal trainer to help you out so you knew what you needed to be a calorie deficit to bulk or surplus to bulk? Did you just guess how do you get your...
Well, like your maintenance, kind of how do you figure out your maintenance? I suppose that's just trial and error. Yeah, pretty much. You just have to pretty much weigh yourself pretty consistently, or same time each day, preferably make it in the morning before you get anything inside of you as well. That's a more accurate reading. Yeah. If
you want to put a number on it, track your calories for a while. And
MyFitnessPal is a brilliant outlet for anyone.
If you're staying the same weight and you're eating the same calories most days, that's probably your maintenance. So track it and just see where you go from there. And I don't think any nutritionist could just say this is your maintenance.
No, definitely not. Everyone is different. Like you're probably different to me. Yeah.
I think this is the last one. How often can I have a cheat meal? I like to stay lean all year round, but want to enjoy some cheat meals here and there. Any tips?
For me, cheat meals was massive through my prep. It was the 16-week prep, like I said before, but I had a cheat meal every week. Just a meal, bear in mind, it didn't go on the whole day, and I still got in a nice few of my meals. I may have left out like my last meal. So I make sure you keep that in mind if you're having a cheat meal. Don't just not eat the whole day to kind of make up for it or anything like that. Keep your diet consistent and then maybe leave out your last meal. Just
be flexible with it. You can fit anything in with moderation. I mean, I was just eating a Pop-Tart. I know I'm a flexible dieter, but a lot of people will say like, oh, you can't eat a Pop-Tart or whatever. But it's the same thing with a cheat meal. Just do it with a balance. And it shouldn't affect your progress.
No, most certainly not. In fact, the workouts the next days are pretty much always insane as well.
It'll probably do you good to have cheat meals now and then.
Definitely.
So I think that's all the questions.
That was it, guys.
Hope you enjoyed our Q&A. Make sure to check out Daire's channel. I'm talking to two cameras.
Yeah.
I'll put his links on my screen.
And we're going to be doing more of these as well, guys. So please leave more comments. We'll have more questions. The more questions we get, the better. That's it.